packed a bag with everything I own. Left a note on the table, said I'll call you when I'm home. The engine coughed twice before it finally turned. Watched the porch light in the mirror till the road took its own turn. Mama always said, boy, don't run from your own pain. But I told her I was chasing something, not running away in shame. First 100 miles I drove with the windows down, radio static fading out somewhere past the edge of town. Stopped for gas in a place I'd never seen. Talked to a man with tired eyes who used to have a dream. He said, son, every mile you're driving, you're leaving something behind. I said, yes, sir, that's the whole point, but I wasn't sure in my mind. Oh, this is the long road home, even when I don't know where home's supposed to be. Every mile is a mile I earned, every wrong turn's a lesson learned. It's not about the miles you drive, it's about who you become before you arrive on this long, long road home. Broke down once outside of Amarillo town. Sat there on the shoulder while the sun went down. Thought about giving up, thought about turning back, thought about all the things in my life I seemed to lack. But a stranger pulled over, didn't ask me twice. Fixed my radiator, gave me some advice. He said everybody breaks down somewhere on their way. Don't matter how you got stuck, just matters that you stayed. Drove through the mountains where the fog wouldn't clear. Couldn't see 3 feet in front, but I kept moving anyhow. No fear. That's when I understood what my daddy tried to teach. You don't need to see the whole road, just the part that's in your reach. Lost a friend to the highway, lost a love to the miles. Buried some of my regrets in 100 gas station aisles. But I kept the faith my grandma sewed into my soul. Said the road will break you open, but that's how you get home. Every mile is a mile I earned, every wrong turn's a lesson learned. It's not about the miles you drive, it's about who you become before you arrive on this long, long road home. Somewhere around Nashville, I picked up a hitchhiker's ghost, an old memory of who I was before I loved the most. He rode with me in silence for 100 silent miles. Then he faded like the sunset, and I finally let go of my trials and stopped keeping score of everything I lost. Started counting up the mercy that came free without a cost. Realized this whole journey wasn't about the miles I'd made. It was about surviving every storm and every choice I'd paid. Maybe home ain't a house, maybe home ain't a town. Maybe home is just the peace you found when you finally lay it down. Maybe every road you've traveled, every heartbreak, every scar was just God driving you in circles till you found out who you are. I called my mama from a payphone somewhere in the pouring rain. Said, I think I finally understand why I had to feel this pain. She didn't say a word, just let me cry. Said, baby, that's the road talking, now you know the reason why. Put into that same old driveway with the paint peeled off the door. same porch light burning yellow like it burned before. But I wasn't the same man who left here years ago. I brought back all the broken pieces and I finally let them show. Mama met me on the steps, didn't say a single thing, just wrapped her arms around me like she'd been waiting on that spring. And I understood right then, standing in that fading light. Every road that leads you forward has to first lead you through the night. This is a long road home, and now I finally know where home's supposed to be. It was never about the miles I drive, it was about who I become to survive. Every scar became a part of the map, every stone became a chapter, not a trap. And now I'm standing where I started, but I'm not the same at all. 'Cause the long road home ain't a highway, it's the answer to a call. So if you're driving through the darkness with no map to call your own, just keep you driving through the darkness with no map to call your own. So I packed a bag with everything I owned, left a note on the table, said I'll call you when I'm home. I packed a bag with everything I owned, left a note on the table, said I'll call you when I'm home. The engine coughed twice before it finally turned. Watched the porch light in the mirror till the road took its own turn. Mama always said, boy, don't run from your own pain. But I told her I was chasing something, not running away in shame. First 100 miles I drove with the windows down, radio static fading out somewhere past the edge of town. Stopped for gas in a place I'd never seen, talked to a man with tired eyes who used to have a dream. He said, son, every mile you're driving, you're leaving something behind. I said, yes sir, that's the whole point, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I live a little bit with a quarter tank and a busted radio dial. Didn't have a plan, didn't have a route, just the highway and a mile. My daddy said, where you headed, son? And I just shook my head. Don't rightly know, but I know I gotta go, was the only thing I said. No map on the seat, no pen on the screen, just red dirt roads and a windshield full of dreams. Some men need a reason before they start to move. I just needed distance to find out what I had to prove. Yeah, yeah. Rolled through Amarillo with the windows cracked, watched the flatland stretch out like it was daring me to turn back. Stopped in a diner outside of Post, Texas. Waitress asked, you lost, huh? I said, ma'am, I think that's the whole idea. She smiled like she heard that before from 100 men like me. Said sometimes lost is just another word for finally being free. I didn't have an answer, so I paid for my coffee and my pie. Walked back out to that truck under that big blue Texas sky. No map, no plan, just a highway and a prayer. No map, no plan, just the wind up in my hair. Some folks need directions, some folks need a sign. I just needed the open road to make up my own mind. 'Cause life don't come with turn by turn, no voice to guide you through. You just drive on faith and gut and hope the road takes care of you. That's the truth about this life, and that's the truth I found somewhere between Lubbock and wherever I was bound. Oh yeah, broke down outside of Sweetwater, hood up, hands covered in grease. Cussed at that old engine till a rancher stopped to bring me peace. He didn't say much, just handed me a wrench and got to work. Said I fixed worse than this with less. Don't let this rattle you, boy, don't hurt. We got that truck running as the sun dropped low and slow. He said, you got somewhere to be. I said, honestly, I don't know. He laughed and said, then you're already there, son. Don't you see? Not knowing where you're going don't mean you're lost. It means you're free. Drove all night past Sonora with the stars my only light. Thought about my mama's face, thought about every wrong and every right. Thought about the job I quit, the girl I let walk away. Thought about the man my daddy was and the man I hoped I'd be someday. Somewhere past midnight, I stopped fighting all the noise inside my chest. Let the silence of the desert do what silence does best. It stripped me down to nothing but a man behind a wheel, chasing something with no name, but a feeling that was real. No map, no plan, just a highway and a prayer. No map, no plan, just a wind up in my hair. Some folks need directions, some folks need a sign. I just needed the open road to make up my own mind. 'Cause life don't come with turn by turn, no voice to guide you through. You just drive on faith and gut and hope the road takes care of you. That's the truth about this life, and that's the truth I found somewhere between Lubbock and wherever I was bound. Oh yeah, I used to think that not knowing was the same as being lost. I used to think a wandering heart would always pay the cost. But there's a kind of no that don't come from any map. It comes from driving through the dark and trusting you'll land back on solid ground, on higher ground, the ground you built yourself, not the ground somebody drew for you and put upon a shelf. I found more of myself in the not knowing than I ever did before. 'Cause a man who's never lost his way don't know what roads are for. I ended up in Marfa, watched the lights out past the ranch, sat on the hood of that old truck, and finally took my chance to call my daddy, tell him I don't know where I'm gonna end up yet. He said, boy, ain't nobody ever known, that ain't nothing to regret. Your granddaddy left Waco with $1 in the name. I left home with less than that, and still I'm not ashamed. The map ain't in your pocket, boy, it's written in your chest. Just keep driving toward whatever feels most like rest. No map, no plan, just a highway and a prayer. No map, no plan, but I finally don't care. 'Cause some folks need directions, and that's alright by me. I found my own way forward.
how it's meant to be. Life don't come a turn by turn, no voice to guide you through. You just drive on with faith and gut, and let the road reveal the truth. And now I'm somewhere in West Texas, underneath this Texas sky. No map, no plan, no reason, just a manner, learn to fly. A nomad, nomad. I live a little bit with a quarter tank.
There's a water tower still standing at the edge of Main and 3rd. Paint's all faded now, but you can still make out the words. Home of the class of '84, half the letters gone. I parked right where the drive-in used to be before the drive-in moved on. Cut the engine, sat there for a minute just to breathe it in. This old town don't look the way I left it, but it still feels like kin. 20 years since I drove out of here with nothing but a name. 20 years and half this town don't even look the same. Verse 2. Walked past the church where I got married, then got left. Walked past the school where I first learned what it meant to feel my chest ache for something I couldn't name. At the age of 17, standing in the gym doorway, watching all my friends and all my dreams. The hardware stores, a nail salon, the diners boarded shut. Mr. Dalton's barber shop still smells like talcum and cut. Old man recognized me before I said a single word. Said your daddy used to sit right there, hadn't heard his voice in years, but I heard. Old town, you didn't change as much as I thought. Old town, you kept the things I nearly forgot. Every crack in the sidewalk, every porch light left on, every ghost of who I used to be before I moved on. Old town, I ran from you to find myself out there. Old town, turns out you were the map, and I just didn't know where I was running to, until I ran right back to you. Old town, I owe you everything I finally came to. Drove out past the county line to where the old house stands. Roof's caved in, the porch swing's gone, just weeds and fallen branch. That's where my mama taught me how to can tomatoes in July. That's where my daddy taught me how to lose without the why. That's where I learned that love don't always stay the way it starts. That's where I buried my first dog and half my breaking heart. I stood there in the tall grass with my hands down in my pockets, thinking how a house falls down the same way a man forgets. Ran into an old friend at the gas station on 5th. Hadn't seen him since the funeral, since the year my daddy left this earth. He asked me what I'd been up to, said he'd heard I'd done alright. I said alright's a funny word for how I've spent my nights. He laughed and said you always did think too much for your own good. Said not everybody's got to leave to prove they could. And maybe he was right, Maybe I ran to prove a point. Maybe this whole old town was never what I thought. I had to disappoint. Old town, you didn't change as much as I thought. Old town, you kept the things I nearly forgot. Every crack in the sidewalk, every porch light left on, every ghost of who I used to be before I moved on. Old town, I ran from you to find myself out there. Old town, turns out you were the map, and I just didn't know where I was running to, until I ran right back to you. Old town, I owe you everything I finally came to. Funny how you spend your whole life chasing some horizon, trying to outrun a town that raised you like a promise. And then one day you're standing on the same old gravel road, realizing this whole time the weight you carried was the load of trying to become somebody different than you were. But this old town don't ask you to be nothing but you, sir. It just sits here patient waiting, porch light on the door, loving you the same today as all the years before. I found my daddy's grave out past the Baptist church's gate, sat down in the grass beside him, told him I'm sorry I was late, told him all the things I never said before he passed, told him this old town taught me more than any road at last. The wind picked up a little, rustled through the pecan trees, and for a second I could swear I felt him laughing next to me. Said, boy, you didn't need to leave to find out who you are. You just needed time and distance and a couple thousand miles of scars. Old town, you didn't change as much as I thought. Old town, you kept the things I nearly forgot. Every crack in the sidewalk, every porch light left on, every ghost of who I used to be before I moved on. Old town, I ran from you to find myself out there. Old town, turns out you were the answer, and I just didn't know where to look until I stood right here beneath this fading sky. Old town, I'm not leaving. There's a sign out on Highway 90, faded yellow, rusted through. Last gas 400 miles, that's the only warning that it gives you. I pulled in around sundown with the tank already low. Bell above the door still ringing the same way it did years ago. Old man Rui's still running the register like he did back then. Said, well, I'll be damned, thought you'd never come back again. I just smiled and told him, fill it up, I got a long way still to go. He said, you always did, son, that's the only thing about you I know. Bought a coffee and a pack of gum, stood out by the pump, watched the sun go down behind the mesquite, felt my heartbeat jump. 'Cause this was the same station where my brother filled his tank The night he drove out west to Odessa, never called to say thanks or say goodbye or say a word, just gone before the dawn. Left a note that said, don't worry about me, just carry on. That was 15 years ago, and I still come by this place, half hoping I'll pull up one day and see his truck, see his face. This is the last gas for 100 miles, the last chance to turn around, the last place you'll see a smile. Before the road goes empty, before the silence takes the wheel, before you're all alone with everything you feel. Some folks fill their tank and never think about the cost. Some folks fill their tank right here, and that's the last place they're not lost. This is the last gas, the last light, the last town, before the highway swallows you and don't put you back down. Met a woman at the palm next to mine, tired eyes, 2 kids asleep. Said she was leaving Abilene, said the leaving was the only promise she could keep. Husband drank the money and the patience right on out. Said, I don't know where I'm going, but I know what I'm without. I told her about this station, told her what old Ruiz once told me. Fill up here, say your prayers, 'cause after this there's nothing but the empty. She laughed a tired laugh and said, well, hell, that sounds about right. Every road I've ever driven felt like the last gas before the fire. Old Lewis came out to check the pump, leaned against the door, said, you know, I've stood here 40 years and watched 1,000 folks or more fill up their tanks right at this spot before they change their life. Runaway husbands, runaway wives, a boy running from a knife. Some of them come back through here laughing, said they found what they were after. Some of them I never see again, and that's alright, that's just the chapter. Everybody's got a last gas station somewhere on their map. It's the last place you're the person that you were before the gap. This is the last gas for 100 miles, the last chance to turn around, but I'm done running from the trial. The road ahead is empty, but I'm carrying it well, 'cause some things you don't outrun, some things you just tell. I filled my tank at the last gas station, said my goodbyes to Ruiz, pointed my truck out west to Odessa, ready now to lose this fear I've carried all these years, like a stone up in my chest. 'Cause the last gas ain't the end, my friend, it's just the hardest test. Last gas, 100 miles of empty and 100 miles of hope. Last gas, sometimes the last stop is just where you learn how to go. Last gas. was raised on red dirt roads and a Texas kind of blue. Never thought the sky I knew was anything but true, until I boarded up a plane with a suitcase and a prayer, landed somewhere across the ocean, and I swear the sky was there. Same old blue above London town, just a different kind of rain. Standing in a foreign street, I felt so far from home and strange. But I looked up past the rooftops, past the fog and past the gray. I saw my daddy's Texas sky, just dressed a different way. Met a man in a London pub who bought the second round, said, "You're a long way from home, cowboy." And I just looked around, said, "Yes, sir, I suppose I am. But tell me something true. Does that same sky stretch out over Texas like it stretches over you?" He laughed and said, "The sky don't know a border or a name. It don't care where you were raised. It falls on us the same." And something in me settled in, some old and worried thing. Realized the whole wide world was singing the same old sky could sing. The sky don't know a stranger, boy. The sky just knows we're one. Blue sky over London, blue sky over the sea, blue sky over everywhere I never thought I'd be. And somewhere back in Texas, that same old sky rolls on. Blue sky, carry me back home. Flew on down to Sydney with the summer upside down. Christmas time in shorts and sand felt strange but felt profound. Stood out on the beach at dusk and watched the water turn to fire. Thought about my granddad, thought about his one desire was just to see the ocean once before his time was through. He never got the chance to go, so I stood there thinking of him too. Watched that Australian sky turn orange, pink and gold, and felt him standing next to me, though he'd been gone for years, I'm told. Drove the coast of New Zealand, where the stranger turned a friend. Green hills rolling into mountains that never seem to end. He asked me what it's like in Texas, and I laughed and shook my head. Said flat as a table, hot as a stove, but it's home, and I've always said there ain't no place as beautiful, but standing there I wasn't sure, 'cause this place had a kind of beauty I'd never seen before. And he said maybe beauty ain't about the place you're standing in, it's about who's standing next to you and where your heart has been. But the sky don't know a stranger, boy. The sky just knows we're one. Blue sky over Sydney, blue sky over the sea, blue sky over everywhere me back home. Landed next in Asia, in a city loud and bright. Neon signs where stars should be, but the sky still felt just right. Sat in a night market, eating something I couldn't name. Talked to an old woman who'd never once left her hometown all the same. She said, "Young man, you've traveled far, tell me what you found." I said, "Ma'am, I found out the whole world just one sky wrapped around. 1,000 different people speaking 1,000 different tongues, but all of us looking up at night, praying to the same old sun." I used to think that leaving Texas meant I'd leave myself behind. I used to think the world was made of borders drawn in every kind of language, food, and color, every custom, every name. But the sky don't ask you where you're from before it does the same thing it's always done since time began, since man first looked above. It just keeps on being blue, and blue's another word for love. I carry Texas with me to London, Sydney, and beyond. And I found out home ain't just a place, it's a sky that we're all born under. Came back home to Texas with a suitcase full of dust from a dozen different countries, and a heart I learned to trust. Mama met me at the airport, said, "Boy, you look the same." I said, "Mama, I ain't the same, but I'm glad I know your name." And this sky, and this dirt road, and the porch light burning there, 'cause I've seen 100 skies now. This is my truck, this old faded green machine. Carries more than groceries, carries every single thing my grandma ever taught me about how to live and love. Every mile I drive, her memories riding up above. This is my truck, and it's closer than a friend. It's the last thing that she gave me before the very end. As long as this old engine keeps on turning when I pray, this truck's gonna keep my grandma's spirit close to me each day. I remember riding shotgun when I was just a kid. Grandma driving slow through town, waving at the folks she did. know since 1960 every face along Main Street should stop and talk for 20 minutes. Never in a hurry, never beat down by the world the way some folks get when the years pile on. She'd say, son, life's too short to rush, slow down and carry on. I think about that every time I'm tempted now to speed. Push down that gas a little softer, 'cause that's the way she'd lead. Took that truck to the hospital the night she took her turn. Sat in the parking lot for hours, watched the engine light burn. Prayed in ways I'd never prayed, bargained with the sky. Asked God for one more Sunday drive before I had to say goodbye. He didn't give me that, but He gave me something else instead. He gave me every memory that truck holds in its bed. Every fishing trip, every trip to church on Easter morning light. Every time she taught me how to change a tire in the fading light. This is my truck, this old faded green machine. Carries more than groceries, carries every single thing my grandma ever taught me about how to live and love. Every mile I drive, her memories riding up above. This is my truck, and I'll drive it till the wheels will fall off this frame, 'cause this old truck is the way that my heart heals. As long as I've got gas enough to make it down that road, this truck's gonna carry Grandma's love and carry me back home. My truck, green paint faded, but her love ain't going nowhere. My truck, Grandma's still riding shotgun, I can feel her there. My truck, my truck, green paint faded, but her love ain't going nowhere. My truck, Grandma's still riding shotgun, I can feel her there. My truck, my truck. I came in from the pasture round about the fallen night, boots still covered up in dust, hat pulled down tight. Walked in through the kitchen door the way I always do. Called out, baby, I'm home, but nobody called back too. I checked the closet first, then I checked the drawer. Half her things were missing, and there weren't no note on the floor. And just her wedding ring sat gentle on the bathroom sink. And that's a moment standing there I finally let myself think. Is she gone? She really gone? I said it twice to hear it right. Sat down on the edge of our bed and stared into the night. A cowboy ain't supposed to break, that's what my daddy said. Boys don't cry, they saddle up, that's the way that I was bred. But there's a kind of hurting that don't care about the cold. There's a kind of empty that'll break a strong man's load. I put my head down in my hands out there on that old bed, and for the first time since I was 10 years old, I cried till I saw red. Yeah, cowboys cry too, though they don't let it show. Cowboys cry too, even though the world don't know. We ride out every morning with a hat pulled down so low, just to hide the tears that fall before the sun starts to glow. 'Cause a man can rope a steer and break a wild Mustang, but he can't rope his heart back in when a good love goes away. So if you see a cowboy with his hat down, riding slow, just know he's crying too. He's just got nowhere left to go. Called her mama the next morning, asked her where'd she run. Her mama said, son, I'm sorry, but that ship has come and gone. She said she couldn't do this life, the silence and the land. Said she needed more than cattle and a ring upon her hand. I hung up the phone and walked out to the barn alone. Saddled up my horse the way I always have, half grown. Rode out past the fence line where we used to watch the sun go down together laughing, back before this all begun. Found her favorite spot beneath the old cottonwood tree, where I asked her to marry me down on one bended knee. Sat there for an hour with my horse grazing close, thinking about the promises, thinking about what hurts the most. It ain't the leaving, though the leaving cuts down to the bone. It's the empty side of the bed, it's coming home alone. It's cooking supper for one now, setting only one plate down. It's and now just echo sound. Yeah, cowboys cry too, though they don't let it show. Cowboys cry too, even though the world don't know. We ride out every morning with a hat pulled down so low, just to hide the tears that fall before the sun starts to glow. 'Cause a man can rope a steer and break a wild Mustang, but he can't rope his heart back in when a good love goes away. So if you see a cowboy with his hat down, riding slow, just know he's crying too. He's just got nowhere left to go. My daddy never cried, not once that I recall. Not at his own daddy's funeral, not through it all. I used to think that made him strong, I used to think that made him tough. But sitting here tonight alone, I'm learning strong ain't hard enough. Sometimes strong is breaking down and letting it all out. Sometimes strong is admitting what the heartbreak's all about. I ain't ashamed no more to say she broke this cowboy's heart, 'cause loving somebody fully means you're brave enough to fall apart. 3 months gone by now, and the ranch still don't feel right. I still reach for her some mornings in the middle of the night. I still hear her laughing sometimes out there past the barn. Still catch myself setting out 2 coffee cups at dawn. But I'm learning how to carry it, learning how to stand, learning that a broken heart don't mean a broken man. I still ride out every morning, still I do the work I do. But some nights when the stars come out, I let myself feel it through. Found a letter from her tucked inside an old cookbook one day. Said, I still love you, cowboy, but I couldn't make myself stay. This life's too quiet and too hard, and I ain't built like you. I hope someday you find somebody who can love this life too. I folded up that letter and I set it on the shelf. Said out loud to nobody, guess I learned to love myself enough to make it through this, enough to... The clouds rolled in over Comanche County around the middle of July. Daddy stood out on the porch and watched that dark and heavy sky. I said, boy, get the cattle in, this ain't no ordinary storm. I was 12 years old that summer, first time I saw my daddy warn. Us all to hunker down and pray, first time I understood that the land had fed us all our lives could turn on us for good. We lost the barn, we lost the crop, we lost the only truck we had. But we didn't lose each other, and Daddy said that's all that matters, son, not bad.
That was the first hard rain I ever knew, but it sure wasn't the last. Seemed like every time we'd get back up, another storm would pass through our lives and through our living, through the good years and the lean. Mama used to say the Lord don't send a storm you can't get through between. It's every kind of storm that tests a man to see if he can ride.
Hard rain, beating on the tin. Hard rain, but we're still standing here again. Every storm that's tried to break us just made the roots grow deep. Hard rain can't wash away the promises we keep. So let it pour, let it thunder, let the whole sky come undone. We've been through hard rain before, and we'll get through this one. Hard rain, falling hard and cold, but it's the hard rain, son, that waters seeds of gold. 20 years went by, I had a family of my own, standing in that same old kitchen, in that same old country home, when the doctor called and told us about the shadow that they found. I remember how the news hit harder than a hurricane could pound on any roof I'd ever known. And I went out to that porch, stood right where my daddy stood, and felt that same old scorch of fear rise up inside my chest as clouds began to swell. And I thought about his words that day, and somehow I could tell
This was just another hard rain, dressed up in a doctor's coat. Another storm to weather, another prayer to keep afloat. The hope that we were raised on out here where the red dirt grows. We fought that storm for 18 months, through chemo, through the lows. And there were nights I sat alone out on that same old porch and cried into the darkness till I had nothing left to scorch.
But somewhere in the fighting, somewhere in the endless rain, we found a kind of closeness that the sunshine never gains. Hard rain, beating on the tin. Hard rain, but we're still standing here again. And every storm that's tried to break us just made the roots grow deep. Hard rain can't wash away the promises we keep. So let it pour, let it thunder, let the whole sky come undone. We've been through hard rain before, and we'll get through this one. Hard rain, falling hard and cold, but it's the hard rain, son, that waters seeds of gold. I've buried people that I love beneath a hard rain sky. I've lost the things I worked so hard for, watched the water rise. I've stood inside the wreckage of a life I thought I knew, and wondered if the sun would ever break on through. But every single time, I swear, the clouds would finally part, and something stronger than before would settle in my heart. 'Cause hard rain don't come to drown you, though it feels that way at first. It comes to strip away the things that never were your worth.
My daughter's 12 years old this summer, standing on that porch with me, watching storm clouds gather dark out past the hackberry tree. She grabbed my hand and asked me, "Daddy, are we gonna be alright?" I knelt down low to meet her eyes and held her extra tight. Said, "Baby girl, of your own to hold, and you'll tell them about the hard rains and the strength that they were told.
Hard rain, we've danced with you before. Hard rain, you don't own us anymore. Every storm that's tried to break us just made the roots grow deep. Hard rain never took the promises we keep. So let it pour, let it thunder, let the sky do what it does. We were built by generations who got sold but never gave up. Hard
I was born the odd one out in a house of six. Like hatchet dust between my toes, a heart that never quite would fit the mold my family cut for me, the path they thought was right. I loved a different kind of music, I chased a different kind of light. They called me the black sheep, said it's soft but said it's true. Said, boy, you're gonna struggle, 'cause you don't do what we do. I didn't have an answer then, just a fire I couldn't name, a hunger to become somebody, even through the shame. Wrote my first song on a borrowed pad by lantern light at night. Sang it soft so no one heard, scared to sing it right out loud where someone judging me could hear the way I dream. But something in that melody felt more like me than anything I'd seen. I started singing for a little money, singing at the local spots, saving every naira that I earned, tying together all I'd got. It wasn't much, but it was mine, and it was paid in sweat and doubt. That's the kind of currency you learn when you're trying to work your own way out. I paid due, every step I ever climbed. I paid due, with my sweat and with my time. Wasn't handed nothing, wasn't given no free ride. Every dream I ever built, I built it from the inside. So when you see me standing here, don't call it luck or chance, call it every night I sang for coins, every hard-earned second chance. I paid due, and I'd do it all again, 'cause the man that pays his own way is the strongest kind of man. Polytechnic wasn't part of nobody's plan for me. Aim for the university is all I ever used to hear and see. But life don't always walk a straight line like they said it should. I took the road that opened up, and I made it work for good. Studied hard by candlelight when the power would go out, sold my music on the side to keep the school fee squared about. Some nights I wondered if the sacrifice was worth the fight, but I kept walking, kept believing, kept my eyes up toward the light. Made the jump from Polytechnic to the university gate, not the way that they had planned it, not according to their date. But I got there just the same, just a different kind of road, carrying a heavier suitcase, carrying a heavier load. Then the ones who walked the easy path that everybody knew, but I learned something walking my road that they
chose to never stop. I paid due every step I ever climbed. I paid due with my sweat and with my time. Wasn't handed nothing, wasn't given no free ride. Every dream I ever built, I built it from the inside. So when you see me standing here, don't call it luck or chance. Call it every night I sang for coins, every hard-earned second chance. I paid due, and I'd do it all again. 'Cause the man that pays his own way is the strongest kind of man. Family said I'd never make it walking outside of the line. Said the black sheep always wanders till he's lost and out of time. But I found out being different ain't the same as being lost. It just means you're building something worth a whole lot more than cost. I think about that boy back in Akachi, singing soft at night, never knowing all the miles ahead, never knowing he'd be alright. But he kept singing anyway, he kept believing anyhow. And everything I have today I built from where he was right now. These days I stand in front of people carrying their own kind of pain. People who've been told they're lost, people caught out in the rain. Of other folks' opinions, other folks' idea of right. And I tell them what I wish someone had told me on that lonely night. I say you don't need permission to become who you're meant to be. You just need to keep on walking, keep on paying your own fee. To the dream that's calling to you, keep on singing in the dark. 'Cause the dues you pay in silence are the ones that light the spark. I paid due from Akachi to right here. I paid due through the doubt and through the fear. Wasn't handed nothing, built it all with my own hand. And if you're paying your dues too, friend, I hope you understand. This the price of every dream that's ever gonna come out true. It's a price you pay in silence, but it always pays you too. I paid due, and I'd walk it all again. 'Cause the man that pays his own way never has to. I've driven every kind of road this old life had to give. Highways with no map at all, just faith enough to live. I filled up at the last gas station, stared down the empty miles. I've stood beneath 100 skies in 100 different styles of blue, but every single time I looked up toward the light, I found the same old truth waiting, patient, burning bright. That every road, no matter how far off it seems to bend, was always just one long way of bringing me back home again. I've cried inside my grandma's truck out on a lonesome drive. I've watched a hard rain try to take the best years of my life. I've loved a woman who walked out and left me standing still. I've learned that cowboys cry too, and I reckon always will. I've walked the streets of my old town and found it hadn't changed the way I thought it would. Turns out I was the one rearranged. By every mile, by every storm, by every hard goodbye. Turns out the whole road that I ran was just teaching me to fly. I'm homebound now, I'm homebound now. Every road I ever traveled somehow led me back somehow. Through the rain and through the heartbreak, through the losing and the gain, I was always coming home. I just didn't know the name of the feeling in my chest that kept on pulling like a tide. I'm homebound now, I'm homebound, and it's a good place to arrive. Every song I ever sang was just a mile marker on the way. I'm homebound now, thank God. I'm homebound now, I'm home to stay. I paid my dues in silence, sang for coins when I was young, never knowing all these roads were verses in a bigger song. I chased blue skies to London, to Australia and beyond. Found out every sky's the same sky that we're all still living under. I stood beside the water tower where my old town's name is worn. Realized the boy who left here wasn't lost, he was just torn between who he used to be and who he still had left to grow. Now I'm standing here, homebound, and finally I know this whole album's been a highway, and you've ridden it with me. Through the breakdowns and the good times, through the storm and through the sea. Of everything I've lost and found along this winding road, every truck, every old town, every heavy heart I've told. Behind me like a trailer full of everything I've learned. But tonight I'm finally parking, tonight this engine's earned a rest beneath the porch light where it all began for me. 'Cause home was never just a place, it's who I'm meant to be. I'm homebound now, I'm homebound now. This whole album was the journey, and you've been my crowd. Through the rain and through the heartbreak, through the losing and the gain, we were always coming home, we just didn't know the name. So thank you for the miles, thank you for the ride. I'm homebound now, I'm homebound, standing here with open eyes. Every song was just a chapter, every verse another day. I'm homebound now, we're homebound now, we're home and here to stay.
Homebound.
Every road, every rain, every mile was worth the fight. coming home tonight. Thank you for riding with me on this long and winding road. This is where the story ends, but love, it's just the start of home. Every road you never wanted, every bird it seems. Past some the same old truthers ever heard that's tried at home. That every road, no matter how far off it seems to bend, was always just one long way of bringing me back home again. I've cried inside my grandma's truck out on a lonesome drive. I've watched a hard rain try to take the best years